What if you could cheat and learn words, phrases, and grammar 2 times faster? You'll learn how to do just that with our exclusive PDF cheat sheets. But first, if you don't yet have access to our language learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. First, so what are cheat sheets? With our learning program, you learn the language with conversation-based lessons that you can just listen to or watch and get everything explained and start speaking those very same dialogues. And as a bonus, you also get PDF cheat sheets as supplementary material for the lessons. These cheat sheets cover must-know topics like weather, your hobbies, daily routine, and much more. There are over 30 cheat sheets inside, and you'll find them inside our program, so they're not available anywhere else. Inside each cheat sheet, you get the words, phrases, and sentence patterns related to the topic that you can quickly review whenever you have a minute or two. So that's how the cheat sheets work. Now, how can you learn faster with these cheat sheets? Just download a cheat sheet, print it, keep it nearby, and glance through as much as possible. Not for hours a day, but just a few minutes throughout the day. It's as simple as that. If you can follow these simple steps and do this daily, you'll actually learn faster. Faster than if you were to sit down and memorize for hours a day. You'll know all of the words and phrases in and out, simply because you've seen them enough times. Language learning is all about repeated exposure. The more you're exposed to the language, the better you'll remember it. And the cheat sheets give you that quick exposure to the words, phrases, and grammar patterns. You can always save the PDFs to your device, but having physical cheat sheets will speed up your progress. It's just easier to pick one up and glance through. Plus, you can write on them for extra practice. Otherwise, if you keep the PDFs on your device, chances are you'll barely use them and forget about them. How can you get access to our PDF cheat sheets? If you're a member, you already have access. If not, just click the link in the description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get our learning program and these bonus cheat sheets. Once you've signed up and logged in, come back to the special PDF lessons page. The PDFs will now be available for instant download, and that's it. So, if you want to learn the language and get access to these learning tools and our learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. Hi everyone! In this lesson, you'll practice your listening skills with one classic story told in 3 surprising ways. Listen carefully and tell us which version you prefer. Let's begin.
L'enfant qui criait au loup 2.0. Silence des notifications. Un jeune berger vivait dans un petit village. Chaque jour, il gardait ses moutons sur une colline avec son fidèle chien robot. Un après-midi, s'ennuyant, il écrivit dans le chat du village « Au loup !» Aussitôt, des drones sont envoyés et le service animalier local monta jusqu'en haut de la colline pour ne trouver qu'un garçon souriant. Le lendemain, il recommença « Au loup ! À l'aide !» Cette fois, les villageois regardèrent les caméras en direct. Aucun loup, juste le même garçon qui riait devant son téléphone. Son écran afficha soudain « @berger 2025 a été exclu du chat ». Il soupira, plus de farce. Ensuite, du coin de l'œil, il aperçut un mouvement dans les arbres. Une ombre, un grognement. Le loup entra dans la clairière. Les mains tremblantes, il tapa. « Au loup! À l'aide! S'il vous plaît !» Mais plus de chat, plus de drone, aucune réponse. Il regretta vraiment.
Now, here's a different take on the same story. Listen closely to see how it changes.
L'enfant qui criait au loup 2.0, cri sponsorisé. Un jeune garçon vivait dans un petit village. Chaque jour, il surveillait les moutons sur une colline avec son fidèle chien robot. Un après-midi, il a envoyé un message. « Au loup! À l'aide !» Les villageois ont accouru, mais il n'y avait rien. Furieux, le maire a crié « Menteur !» Le garçon a baissé les yeux, triste. Une semaine plus tard, il a envoyé une vidéo. On y voyait un grand loup aux yeux brillants près du troupeau. « Au loup !» a-t-il crié. Les villageois sont arrivés en courant et le maire s'est excusé. On a acheté de nouvelles clôtures, des alarmes et des traceurs pour les moutons. Chaque boîte portait la marque Wolf Secure. Le garçon a regardé son téléphone. Paiement Wolf Secure, 10 000 $. Il est monté dans son 4x4 tout neuf. La plaque disait « Cry Wolf ». Le maire a dit, forçant un sourire,
« Voilà un bon garçon ».
Le garçon a souri avec satisfaction, a fait signe de la main et s'est éloigné en voiture.
And now, the final version. See how this one takes the story in a new direction.
L'enfant qui criait au loup 2.0, de la solitude à la voix entendue. Un jeune berger vivait dans un petit village. Chaque jour, il gardait ses moutons avec son fidèle chien robot. Un après-midi, il a posté « Au loup !» Les villageois ont accouru, mais aucun loup n'est apparu.
Il y avait seulement le garçon qui souriait.
Furieux, ils ont crié
« Ne nous fais pas perdre notre temps !»
Le garçon est resté seul. Plus tard, Mira est montée au sommet de la colline et s'est assise en silence. Après un moment, il lui a avoué « J'étais juste seule !» Elle a répondu
« Il existe d'autres jeunes comme toi. Connecte-toi. »
Lorsqu'elle est partie, il s'est levé et a commencé à coder. WolfChat, un forum pour bergers, est né. L'application a grandi vite. Des bergers ont partagé des conseils et des alertes. Wolf Secure a même acheté leurs données de drone. Maintenant, le berger sourit et ne crie plus jamais « Au loup !»
Great listening! Which version did you prefer and why? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Trying to learn French but still can't speak? That's because you're missing one of 3 crucial steps. These are 3 steps to mastering and speaking French with confidence. And that's how you learn at FrenchPod 101. You learn with quick conversation lessons by real teachers. You get to practice what you've learned, and you get tested for total mastery. So sign up for your free lifetime account at FrenchPod 101. Click the link in the description.
Do you know how to talk about health problems in French? Welcome to 3-Step French Practice by FrenchPod101.com. In this lesson, you will practice how to talk about health problems. Let's look at the main dialogue. 2 people are having a conversation. Corentin, tu n'as pas l'air d'aller bien. Qu'est-ce qui ne va pas? Corentin, you don't look well. What's wrong? J'ai mal à la tête. J'ai aussi mal à l'estomac. I have a headache. I also have a stomachache. In this conversation, this character says that he has a headache. And that he has a stomachache too. In French, the definite article must match the gender, masculine or feminine, and number, singular or plural, of the body part. For example, since tête is feminine singular, we say à la tête. And because estomac begins with a vowel, we use the form à l'estomac. When à is followed by the definite article la or L', it stays the same. When it is followed by the definite article le or les, it contracts into o or o. These contractions are a regular part of French grammar and help the sentence flow smoothly and naturally. Let's practice with more body parts vocabulary in this lesson. Here is a list of topic words. First is l'estomac, l'estomac, l'estomac. La jambe, la jambe. La jambe. Les yeux. Les yeux. Les yeux. Le nez. Le nez. Le nez. Le bras. Le bras. Le bras. Do you know what l'estomac means? Stomach. How about la jambe? Leg. And les yeux? Eyes. And what about le nez? Nose. And le bras? Arm. Let's do some multiple choice. Circle the correct answer. What does l'oreille mean? Ear. Eyes is les yeux. Circle the correct answer. What does la bouche mean? Mouth. Nose is le nez. One more. Circle the correct answer. What does le pied mean? Foot. Leg is la jambe. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? What are they saying? J'ai mal au. J'ai mal au. Bras. Bras. J'ai mal au bras. J'ai mal au bras. I have a sore arm. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? What are they saying? J'ai mal au. J'ai mal au. Yeux. Yeux. J'ai mal aux yeux. J'ai mal aux yeux. I have sore eyes. Let's do some true or false questions now. True or false? Le nez means nose. True. Le nez means nose. One more. True or false? L'estomac means mouth. False. L'estomac means stomach. Mouth is la bouche. La bouche. Let's do some listening practice. Listen to me as I speak. Which word am I saying? J'ai mal au nez. Did you hear the right fixed expression? Let's listen one more time. J'ai mal au nez. Mal au nez. Mal au together translates roughly as pain in the. But in natural English, we often just say it hurts or I have a sore body part. O is the contraction of A and L, and we use it because the definite article for nez is L. J'ai mal au nez. My nose hurts. Listen to me as I speak. What am I saying? J'ai mal à la jambe. Did you hear the right preposition? Let's listen one more time. J'ai mal à la jambe. Mal à la jambe. Mal à la also translates roughly as pain in the, or more naturally in English, it hurts, or I have a sore body part. À la is made up of a and la, and there is no contraction because la is the feminine singular article. We use la when the body part is a feminine singular noun, like jambe. J'ai mal à la jambe. I have a sore leg. Listen as I speak. What is the body part in the sentence? J'ai mal au nez. Let's listen one more time. J'ai mal au nez. Did you hear nez? Le nez means nose. J'ai mal au nez. My nose hurts. How about j'ai mal aux yeux? Let's listen one more time. J'ai mal aux yeux. Did you hear yeux? Les yeux means eyes. J'ai mal aux yeux. I have sore eyes. Next, j'ai mal à la jambe. One more time. J'ai mal à la jambe. Did you hear jambe? La jambe means leg. J'ai mal à la jambe. I have a sore leg. Next, j'ai mal au bras. One more time. J'ai mal au bras. Did you hear bras? Le bras means arm. J'ai mal au bras. I have a sore arm. And j'ai mal à l'estomac. One more time. J'ai mal à l'estomac. Did you hear estomac? L'estomac means stomach. J'ai mal à l'estomac. I have a stomachache. Now you know how to talk about health problems in French. And now you can move on to the next lesson in the pathway. on FrenchPod101.com. Au revoir!
Trying to learn French but still can't speak? That's because you're missing one of 3 crucial steps. These are 3 steps to mastering and speaking French with confidence. And that's how you learn at FrenchPod 101. You learn with quick conversation lessons by real teachers. You get to practice what you've learned, and you get tested for total mastery. So sign up for your free lifetime account at FrenchPod 101. Click the link in the description.
Do you know how to ask someone to do something in French? You'll learn how in just a moment. Hi, my name is Fanny, and this is 3-Step French by FrenchPod101.com. In this lesson, you'll learn how to ask someone to do something through a quick conversation. Let's look at the dialogue. As you listen, pay attention to how they ask about the topic and how the other person responds. Mamie, apprends-moi comment cuisiner. D'accord, préparons une tartiflette. D'abord, mets de l'eau dans le faitout. C'est fait. Lave ces pommes de terre. Ne les mets pas dans le faitout. D'accord. Attends une minute. Ce ne sont pas des pommes de terre, ça. Let's hear it with the English translation. Mamie, apprends-moi comment cuisiner. Grandma, teach me how to cook. D'accord, préparons une tartiflette. D'abord, mets de l'eau dans le faitout. Ok, let's make a tartiflette. First, put some water in the stew pot. C'est fait. Done. The next sentence is the one we focus on. Let's take a closer look and break it down into its parts. Lave ces pommes de terre. Ne les mets pas dans le faitout. Wash these potatoes. Don't put them in the pot. First is the verb lave, the imperative form of laver, meaning to wash. Lave, lave. Next is the demonstrative adjective c'est, meaning des. C'est, c'est. After this is the noun phrase pomme de terre, which means potatoes. Literally, it translates as apple of the earth. Pomme de terre. Pomme de terre. Altogether, it's lave ces pommes de terre. This means wash these potatoes. Lave ces pommes de terre. The next sentence begins with the negative marker ne, which starts a negative command. Ne, ne. Next is the object pronoun les, which replaces a plural noun. In this case, les pommes de terre, the potatoes. It means them. Les, les. After this is the verb met, the imperative form of mettre, meaning to put. Met, met. Next is the second part of the negation, pas, which comes after the verb pas, pas. Last is the phrase dans le faitout, meaning in the pot. Dans le faitout. Dans le faitout. Faitout literally means do everything. Altogether, it's ne les mets pas dans le faitout. This means don't put them in the pot. Ne les mets pas dans le faitout. D'accord. Ok. Attends une minute. Ce ne sont pas des pommes de terre, ça. Wait a minute. Those aren't potatoes. Let's look at the sentence pattern. This pattern is the structure that all of our examples will follow. Ne plus pronoun plus imperative verb plus pas. Don't plus do something to someone or something. In this pattern, we're giving a negative command, telling someone not to do something. We begin with ne, which starts the negation. Then we add a pronoun, often to replace a noun already mentioned. In negative commands, object pronoun come before the verb. This is in contrast to positive commands, where object pronoun follow the verb with a hyphen. For example, lave-les, wash them. These are the key words. After that comes the verb in its command form, known as the imperative. This is the form we use to tell someone what to do. And we finish the negative structure with pas, which completes the negation. Let's see how a line from the dialogue follows this pattern. Ne les mets pas dans le faitout. Don't put them in the pot. In this sentence, ne starts the negative command. Les is a pronoun that replaces les pommes de terre, meaning them. Mais is the imperative form of mettre, meaning put. Pas finishes the negation. So, ne les mets pas means don't put them. Dans le faitout means in the pot. This tells us where the action should not happen. So, altogether, ne les mets pas dans le faitout means don't put them in the pot. Now, you can use this structure anytime you want to clearly tell someone not to do something in French. The sentence d'abord mets de l'eau dans le faitout is a positive imperative used to give a direct instruction. First, put some water in the stew pot. It uses the imperative form of the verb mettre, met, without any negation. In positive commands like this, the object, here, de l'eau, usually comes after the verb. In contrast, a negative command follows a specific structure. Ne plus pronoun plus imperative verb plus pas, which is used to tell someone not to do something. For example, ne les mets pas dans le faitout means don't put them in the pot. In this case, the object pronoun les comes before the verb met, enclosed by ne pas. Both sentences use the imperative mood, but the presence of ne pas in the second sentence turns it into a negative command. Now let's look at some speaking examples. Ne le mets pas dans le sac. Don't put it in the bag. Can you see how the pattern applies here? Let's break it down. Here, ne begins the negation. It's the first part of the negative structure. Le is the object pronoun, replacing a masculine singular noun, it. Mais is the imperative form of the verb mettre, to put. Pas completes the negation. So, ne le met pas fits the pattern ne plus pronoun plus imperative verb plus pas. And it means don't put it. Dans le sac means in the bag. It tells us where the action should not happen. Altogether, ne le mets pas dans le sac means don't put it in the bag. Here's another examples. Ne l'écris pas dans le livre. Don't write it in the book. Ne l'écris pas dans le livre. Don't write it in the book. Let's try one more. Ne la lis pas maintenant. Don't read it now. Ne la lis pas maintenant. Don't read it now. Another one. Ne les mets pas sur la table. Don't put them on the table. Ne les mets pas sur la table. Don't put them on the table. One last example. Ne l'efface pas du tableau. Don't erase it from the board. Ne l'efface pas du tableau. Don't erase it from the board. Now you know how to ask someone to do something in French, and you can move on to the practice. Au revoir!
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free French ebook before it's gone.
Do you know how to ask someone to do something in French? Welcome to 3-Step French Practice by FrenchPod101.com. In this lesson, you will practice conjugating verbs in the imperative mood. Let's look at the main dialogue. Two people are having a conversation. C'est fait. Donne. Lave ces pommes de terre. Ne les mets pas dans le fait-tout. Wash these potatoes. Don't put them in the pot. Ne les mets pas. Mais. In ne les mets pas, mais is the imperative form of mettre, meaning to put. The imperative is used to give commands, instructions, or advice. In French, it's formed using specific verb forms, but without the subject pronoun. You'll use the tu form for informal commands directed at one person. The nous form to make suggestion that includes yourself, such as when saying let's. And the vous form for giving formal or plural commands. For example, from the verb laver, which means to wash, you get lave for wash, lavons for let's wash, and laver for wash when speaking formally or to more than one person. With the irregular verb mettre, meaning to put, the imperative forms are mets, mettons, and mettez. In French, it's formed using specific verb forms, but without the subject pronoun. You'll use the tu form for informal commands directed at one person. The nous form to make suggestions that include yourself, such as when saying let's. And the vous form for giving formal or plural command. For example, from the verb laver, which means to wash, you get lave for wash, lavons for let's wash, and laver for wash when speaking formally or to more than one person. With the irregular verb mettre, meaning to put, the imperative forms are mets, mettons, and mettez. In negative commands, ne and pas wrap around the verb and any object pronouns, as in ne mets pas, which means don't put. In this lesson, we'll practice using both regular and irregular imperative forms in positive and negative commands. Let's practice using these imperative verbs during this lesson. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? La fenêtre, s'il te plaît. La fenêtre, s'il te plaît. Ferme. Ferme. Ferme la fenêtre, s'il te plaît. Ferme la fenêtre, s'il te plaît. Close the window, please. We use ferme here because it's the imperative form of fermer, a regular et verb used to give a command to one person, tu. In the tu form, imperative of regular et verbs, we drop the final s for smoother pronunciation. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? Attention en classe. Attention en classe. Fait. Fait. Fais attention en classe. Fais attention en classe. Pay attention in class. We use fait here because it's the tu form imperative of the irregular verb faire, which means to do or to make. This is a common way to express be careful or pay attention. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? Vos devoirs maintenant. Vos devoirs maintenant. Faites. Faites. Faites vos devoirs maintenant. Faites vos devoirs maintenant. Do your homework now. We use faites here because it's the vous form imperative of the verb faire. It's used for plural or formal commands. Unscrabble the words to make a sentence. Ready? Ne mange pas, ne mange pas si, ne mange pas si vite. Don't eat so fast. Ne mange pas si vite. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? Rangez or rangez vos affaires. Rangez or rangez vos affaires. Ranger. Ranger. Rangez vos affaires. Put your things away. We use ranger here because it's an imperative form of ranger for vous. Used to give a command to multiple people or family to one person. Ranger is from the imperfect tense and describe ongoing past actions, so it cannot be used as a command. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? Va or allons au parc. Va or allons au parc. Allons. Allons. Allons au parc. Let's go to the park. We use allons here because it's the imperative form for nous, used to suggest an action that includes the speaker and the listeners. Va is the tu form and wouldn't include the speaker, so it doesn't fit. Let's translate some sentences into French. Translate call me Corentin into French. Appelle. Call, followed by moi. The object pronoun for me. Next, Corentin. The name being used in direct address. Appelle-moi is the imperative structure used when giving a command to one person, tu. The pronoun moi comes after the verb in positive commands. Appelle-moi Corentin. Appelle-moi Corentin. Call me Corentin. Translate let's start the homework into French. Commençons. Let's start. The nous form of the verb commencer, followed by les. The plural definite article, meaning de. Next, devoir. Homework. Commençons is used here to suggest an activity that includes both the speaker and the listener. It follows the imperative pattern for nous command. used to say let's do something. Les devoirs refers to homework and is plural, so we use les. Commençons les devoirs. Commençons les devoirs. Let's start the homework. Translate teach me to cook into French. Apprends. Teach, followed by moi. The object pronoun for me. Next, à. Tout, followed by cuisiner. Cook. Apprends-moi. Apprends-moi à cuisiner is an imperative sentence with apprends in the to form. The object pronoun moi follows the verb in a positive command. And à cuisiner expresses the goal or action being done. Apprends-moi à cuisiner. Apprends-moi à cuisiner. Teach me to cook. Listen to me as I speak. Which verb in the imperative mood do you hear? Fais attention en classe. Let's listen one more time. Fais attention en classe. Did you hear fais? Fais, the imperative form of the irregular verb faire, is used here to give a command to one person, tu. It's used without the subject pronoun and directly followed by the rest of the instruction. How about ne mange pas si vite? Let's listen one more time. Ne mange pas si vite. Did you hear? Ne mange pas? This is a negative command, using the imperative form of manger. In French, negative commands use ne before the verb and pas after the verb. So, ne mange pas means don't eat. Next, allons au parc. One more time. Allons au parc. Did you hear? Allons? Allons is the imperative nous form of the irregular verb aller, used to suggest an action you'll do together, like let's go. And apprends-moi à cuisiner. One more time. Apprends-moi à cuisiner. Did you hear? Apprends? This is an affirmative command using the to form imperative of apprendre, followed by an object pronoun. In positive commands, object pronoun come after the verb and are joined with a hyphen. So, apprends-moi means teach me. Thank you for watching. Now you know how to ask someone to do something in French. And now you can move on to the next lesson in the pathway. Au revoir!
Trying to learn French but still can't speak? That's because you're missing one of 3 crucial steps. These are 3 steps to mastering and speaking French with confidence. And that's how you learn at FrenchPod 101. You learn with quick conversation lessons by real teachers. You get to practice what you've learned, and you get tested for total mastery. So sign up for your free lifetime account at FrenchPod 101. Click the link in the description.
Do you know how to talk about future actions in French? You'll learn how in just a moment. Hi, my name is Fanny, and this is 3-Step French by FrenchPod101.com. In this lesson, you'll learn how to talk about future actions in French through a quick conversation. Let's look at the dialogue. As you listen, pay attention to how they ask about the topic and how the other person responds. Merci pour le repas, c'est délicieux. De rien, Coralie, qu'est-ce que tu vas faire cet été? Je visiterai Nice avec quelques amis. Oh, tu iras à la plage. Tu ne vas pas chercher du travail? Non, je prendrai quelques cours d'été là-bas. N'oublie pas ton maillot de bain. Je crois que l'été sera chaud. Let's hear it with the English translation. Merci pour le repas, c'est délicieux. Thank you for the meal, it's delicious. De rien, Coralie, qu'est-ce que tu vas faire cet été? You're welcome, Coralie. What are you going to do this summer? After that is the focus statement. Let's take a look at its elements. Je visiterai Nice avec quelques amis. I will visit Nice with some friends. First is the subject je, meaning I, je. Je. Next is the verb visiterai, meaning will visit. Visiterai. Visiterai. Notice that the question qu'est-ce que tu vas faire uses the future proche. The near future tense, which is made with the verb aller plus infinitive. But Coralie replies using the future simple. A different future tense we'll focus on in this lesson. After this is Nice, a proper noun and the name of a city in France. Nice, Nice. Next is the phrase avec quelques amis, meaning with some friends. Avec mean with. Avec. Avec. Quelques means some. Quelques. Quelques. Ami means friends. Ami. Ami. All together, it's je visiterai Nice avec quelques amis. This means I will visit Nice with some friends. Je visiterai Nice avec quelques amis. Oh, tu iras à la plage. Tu ne vas pas chercher du travail. Oh, you're going to the beach. Aren't you going to look for a job? Non. Je prendrai quelques cours d'été là-bas. No, I'll take some summer classes there. N'oublie pas ton maillot de bain. Je crois que l'été sera chaud. Don't forget your swimsuit. I think the summer will be hot. Let's look at the sentence patterns. But first, let's get familiar with future simple conjugations. In French, this is how you form the future simple or simple future tense. The future tense endings are est, a, on, et on. These endings are added directly to the infinitive form of the verb for regular et and ir verbs. For re verb, you first drop the final e, then add the ending. These patterns are the structure that our examples will follow. Let's see a line from the dialogue follows pattern A. Pattern A. For E and IR verbs, the pattern is infinitive verb plus future tense ending. Je visiterai Nice avec quelques amis. I will visit Nice with some friends. In this sentence, visiterai is the future form of the verb visiter, meaning to visit. Visiter is a regular E verb, so we follow pattern A. We keep the full infinitive visiter and then we add the ending E, which is the first person singular je, ending in the future simple. Je, visiter plus E, je visiterai. This means I will visit. The rest of the sentence is Nice, the name of a city in France, the destination, avec quelques amis, meaning with some friends. So, je visiterai Nice avec quelques amis fits the pattern infinitive verb E or IR, future tense ending, and translate as I will visit Nice with some friends. Now let's see how a line from the dialogue follows pattern B. Pattern B. For re verbs, the pattern is infinitive verb without final E plus future tense ending. Non, je prendrai quelques cours d'été là-bas. No, I'll take some summer classes there. In this sentence, prendrai is the future form of the verb prendre, meaning to take. Prendre is an irregular re verb, so we follow pattern B. We start with the infinitive verb prendre and drop the final E. Then we add the future tense ending est, which is the first person singular je, ending in the future simple. Je plus prendre plus est. Je prendrai. This means I will take. The rest of the sentence is quelques cours d'été, meaning some summer classes. Là-bas, meaning over there or there. So, je prendrai quelques cours d'été là-bas. Follows the pattern infinitive verb without the final E plus future tense ending. And translate as I will take some summer classes there. Now you can use these structures to talk about things you will do in the future in French. In French, irregular verbs are those that do not follow the regular conjugation patterns used for et, ir, or re verbs in the future tense, while regular verbs simply add future tense ending to the infinitive pattern A or to the infinitive without the final E pattern B. Irregular verbs use completely different stems. For example, instead of keeping the full infinitive form of avoir or être, these verbs use special stems in the future tense, like or for avoir and ser for être. Then we simply add the regular future ending to those stems. These new stems often don't resemble the infinitive at all, which is what makes them irregular, because they're so common, like aller, faire, or vouloir. Learners encounter them early, and memorizing their stems is essential for speaking and understanding everyday French. Now let's look at some speaking examples. Je parlerai à ma grand-mère. I will talk to my grandmother. Can you see how the pattern applies here? Let's break it down. Here, je is the subject pronoun, meaning I. Next is parlerai, which comes from the infinitive verb parler, meaning to talk. Parler is a regular et verb, so we follow the pattern for et verbs in the future simple. Infinitive verb plus future ending. The infinitive is parler, and the future tense ending for je is est. So, parler plus est, parlerai. This gives us je parlerai, meaning I will talk. Then we have à ma grand-mère, meaning to my grandmother. So, the sentence je parlerai à ma grand-mère follows the future simple pattern and translates as I will talk to my grandmother. Here's another example that follows pattern A. Je n'utiliserai pas mon ordinateur. I will not use my computer. Je n'utiliserai pas mon ordinateur. I will not use my computer. Let's try one more with pattern B. J'apprendrai le japonais. I will learn Japanese. J'apprendrai le japonais. I will learn Japanese. Another one using pattern A. Je ne visiterai pas Paris cette année, mais je visiterai la France l'année prochaine. I will not visit Paris this year, but I will visit France next year. Je ne visiterai pas Paris cette année, mais je visiterai la France l'année prochaine. I will not visit Paris this year, but I will visit France next year. One last example, using an irregular verb, auront, which is the future tense form of the verb avoir, to have. Nous aurons du beau temps. We will have nice weather. Nous aurons du beau temps. We will have nice weather. Now you know how to talk about future actions in French, and you can move on to the practice. Au revoir.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free French ebook before it's gone.
Do you know how to talk about future actions in French? Welcome to 3-Step French Practice by FrenchPod101.com. In this lesson, you will practice the simple future tense. Let's look at the main dialogue. Two people are having a conversation. Je visiterai Nice avec quelques amis. I will visit Nice with some friends. Oh, tu iras à la plage? tu ne vas pas chercher du travail? Oh, you're going to the beach. Aren't you going to look for a job? Je visiterai. Visiterai. Let's look at how the future tense works in French. This is called the futur simple, or simple future. It's used to talk about something that will happen. To form it, we use a special set of future tense ending. Est, a, on, et, on. For regular e and ir verbs, we add des ending directly to the infinitive, the full form of the verb. For example, visiter becomes je visiterai. That means I will visit. For re verbs, we drop the final e before adding the ending. For example, prendre becomes je prendrai, meaning I will take. Some verbs are irregular and don't use the whole infinitive. They start with a special stem and then add the same ending. For example, être becomes je serai. I will be. Avoir becomes j'aurai. I will have. Let's practice using the future tense in some simple sentences. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? Je à Paris la semaine prochaine. Je à Paris la semaine prochaine. Irai. Irai. J'irai à Paris la semaine prochaine. J'irai à Paris la semaine prochaine. I will go to Paris next week. We use irai in this sentence because it's the first person singular future tense form of the irregular verb aller, to go. The stem changes to ir and the standard ending est is added. So j'irai means I will go. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? Je crois qu'il chaud. Je crois qu'il chaud. Fera. Fera. Je crois qu'il fera chaud. Je crois qu'il fera chaud. I think it will be hot. We use fera in this sentence because it's the third person singular future tense of the irregular verb faire, to do, to make. The stem changes to faire, and we had the regular future tense ending a, forming fera, meaning he or it will do or make, or it will be in this weather context. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? Ce, prêt dans 30 minutes. Ce, prêt dans 30 minutes. Sera. Sera. Ce sera prêt dans 30 minutes. Ce sera prêt dans 30 minutes. It will be ready in 30 minutes. We use sera in this sentence because it's the third person singular future tense of the irregular verb être, to be. The irregular stem ser is used and the regular ending a is added to form sera, meaning it will be. Unscramble the words to make a sentence. Ready? Je mangerai. Je mangerai une. Je mangerai une pizza. Je mangerai une pizza ce. Je mangerai une pizza ce soir. I will eat a pizza tonight. Je mangerai une pizza ce soir. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? Louis prendront or prendra le train à 8 heures. Louis prendront or prendra le train à 8 heures. Prendra. Prendra. Louis prendra le train à 8 heures. Louis will take the train at 8 o'clock. We use prendra in this sentence because it's the third person singular future tense of the verb prendre, to take. Since prendre is a regular verb, we remove the final e from the infinitive and add the future tense ending a for il, elle, on. Choose the best answer to complete the sentence. Ready? Nous visiterons or visitera le musée samedi. Nous visiterons or visitera le musée samedi. Visiterons. Visiterons. Nous visiterons le musée samedi. We will visit the museum on Saturday. We use visiterons in this sentence because it's the first person plural future tense of the regular et verb visiter, to visit. With regular et verbs, we keep the full infinitive and add the future tense ending on for nous. Let's translate some sentences into French. Translate Alice will buy a new book into French. Alice the subject, followed by achètera, the future tense of the verb acheter, meaning will buy. Next, un nouveau livre. Meaning a new book. We use achètera here because it's the third person singular future tense of the verb acheter, to buy. Acheter is a regular et verb, but with a stem change. The i in the root becomes e in the future tense for pronunciation. Alice achètera un nouveau livre. Alice achètera un nouveau livre. Alice will buy a new book. Translate My friends will play soccer after school into French. Mes amis the subject, meaning my friends, followed by joueront. The future tense of the verb jouer, meaning will play. Next, au football. Meaning soccer, literally to the football. Followed by après l'école. Meaning after school. We use joueront here because it's the third person plural future tense of the regular et verb jouer, to play. For regular et verbs, the entire infinitive is kept and the ending on is added for il, elle. Mes amis joueront au football après l'école. Mes amis joueront au football après l'école. My friends will play soccer after school. Translate You will see this movie tomorrow into French. Tu. The subject, meaning you, followed by verras. The future tense of the verb voir, meaning will see. Next, ce film. Meaning this movie, followed by demain. Meaning tomorrow. We use verra here because it's the second person singular future tense of the irregular verb voir, to see. Unlike regular verbs, voir does not keep its full infinitive. The future stem is ver and the ending a is added for tu. Tu verras ce film demain. Tu verras ce film demain. You will see this movie tomorrow. Listen to me as I speak. Which verb in the future tense do you hear in the sentence? Je crois qu'il fera chaud. Let's listen one more time. Je crois qu'il fera chaud. Did you hear fera? Fera from the irregular verb faire, to do or make, is used here in the future simple tense. It shows that the speaker is talking about something that will happen. In this case, the weather being hot. How about je mangerai une pizza ce soir? Let's listen one more time. Je mangerai une pizza ce soir. Did you hear? Mangerai. Mangerai is the future simple form of the regular et verb manger, to eat. It shows that the speaker is talking about a future actions. Eating a pizza tonight. Next, nous visiterons le musée samedi. One more time. Nous visiterons le musée samedi. Did you hear? Visiterons. Visiterons is the future simple form of the regular a verb. Visiter. To visit. Conjugated for nous. It means the action will take place in the future. Visiting the museum on Saturday. And mes amis joueront au football après l'école. One more time. Mes amis joueront au football après l'école. Did you hear? Joueront. Joueront is the future simple form of the verb jouer, to play. Conjugated for il, elle. It tells us that the friends will play soccer after school. Thank you for watching. Now you know how to talk about future actions in French. And now you can move on to the next lesson in the past way. Au revoir!
Are you ready to learn 5 new French words? This week's topic is daily essentials. And there will be a quiz at the end to test you on the words. So, let's go! Ouvrir. Ouvrir. La réception ouvre. La réception ouvre. À quelle heure la réception ouvre-t-elle? À quelle heure la réception ouvre-t-elle? À quelle heure la réception ouvre-t-elle? Ouvrir. Elle est ouverte 24 heures sur 24. Let's review. Say open. Ouvrir. Ouvrir. Say the reception opens. La réception ouvre. La réception ouvre. Say, what time does the reception open? À quelle heure la réception ouvre-t-elle? À quelle heure la réception ouvre-t-elle? Animal. Animal. Petits animaux. Petits animaux. Les petits animaux sont autorisés ici? Les petits animaux sont autorisés ici? Les petits animaux sont autorisés ici? Oui, mais ils doivent payer plus que nous. Let's review. Say animal. 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 Say small animals. Petits animaux. Petits animaux. Say, are small animals allowed here? Les petits animaux sont autorisés ici? Les petits animaux sont autorisés ici? Après. Après. Après le travail. Après le travail. Qu'est-ce que tu fais après le travail aujourd'hui? Qu'est-ce que tu fais après le travail aujourd'hui? Qu'est-ce que tu fais après le travail aujourd'hui? Je vais faire une randonnée. Tu veux venir? Let's review. Say after. Après. Après. Say after work. Après le travail. Après le travail. Say, what are you doing after work today? Qu'est-ce que tu fais après le travail aujourd'hui? Qu'est-ce que tu fais après le travail aujourd'hui? Disponible. Disponible. Disponible gratuitement. Disponible gratuitement. Est-ce qu'il y a une carte des sentiers disponible gratuitement? Est-ce qu'il y a une carte des sentiers disponible gratuitement? Est-ce qu'il y a une carte des sentiers disponible gratuitement? Oui, mais elles partent vite aujourd'hui, alors prenez-la vite. Let's review. Say available. Disponible. Disponible. Say available for free. Disponible gratuitement. Disponible gratuitement. Say, is there a map of the trails available for free? Est-ce qu'il y a une carte des sentiers disponible gratuitement? Est-ce qu'il y a une carte des sentiers disponible gratuitement? Serviette. Serviette. Des serviettes propres. Des serviettes propres. Où puis-je trouver des serviettes propres? Où puis-je trouver des serviettes propres? Où puis-je trouver des serviettes propres? À la réception, mais je crois qu'il n'en reste pas beaucoup. Let's review. Say towel. Serviette. Serviette. Say clean towels. Des serviettes propres. Des serviettes propres. Say, where can I find clean towels? Où puis-je trouver des serviettes propres? Où puis-je trouver des serviettes propres? Now, let's see how well you remember these words. Ready?
Ouvrir.
Animal.
Après.
Available.
Serviette.
Great job! Follow FrenchPod 101 for more French lessons. Are you ready to learn 5 new French words? This week's topic is travel and encounters. And there will be a quiz at the end to test you on the words. So, let's go! Voyager, voyager. Voyager avec moi. Voyager avec moi. Tu veux voyager avec moi? Tu veux voyager avec moi? Tu veux voyager avec moi cet été? Peut-être, mais mon portefeuille est en vacances. Let's review. Say travel. Voyager. Voyager. Say travel with me. Voyager avec moi. Voyager avec moi. Say, do you want to travel with me? Tu veux voyager avec moi? Tu veux voyager avec moi? Libre. Libre. Libre ce soir. Libre ce soir. Tu es libre ce soir? Tu es libre ce soir? Tu es libre ce soir pour discuter du contrat? Ah non, désolé, je suis déjà pris. Let's review. Say free. Libre. Libre. Say free tonight. Libre ce soir. Libre ce soir. Say, are you free tonight? Tu es libre ce soir? Tu es libre ce soir? Visiter. Visiter. Visiter le musée. Visiter le musée. J'aimerais visiter le musée. J'aimerais visiter le musée. J'aimerais visiter le musée d'art moderne ce week-end. Ah, vraiment? Qu'est-ce qui t'attire dans ce musée? Let's review. Say visit. Visiter. Visiter. Say, visit the museum. Visiter le musée. Visiter le musée. Say, I would like to visit the museum. J'aimerais visiter le musée. J'aimerais visiter le musée. 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 Aller au musée. Aller au musée. Tu veux aller au musée ce week-end? Tu veux aller au musée ce week-end? Tu veux aller au musée ce week-end? Un musée? Tu es sûr que ça ne va pas être ennuyeux? Let's review. Say museum. Musée. Musée. Say, go to the museum. Aller au musée. Aller au musée. Say, do you want to go to the museum this weekend? Tu veux aller au musée ce week-end? Tu veux aller au musée ce week-end? Rencontrer. Rencontrer. Rencontrer de nouvelles personnes. Rencontrer de nouvelles personnes. J'ai hâte de rencontrer de nouvelles personnes. J'ai hâte de rencontrer de nouvelles personnes. J'ai hâte de rencontrer de nouvelles personnes lors de mon voyage au Japon. Oh, vraiment? Qui espères-tu rencontrer là-bas? Let's review. Say meet. Rencontrer. Rencontrer. Say meet new people. Rencontrer de nouvelles personnes. Rencontrer de nouvelles personnes. Say, I can't wait to meet new people. J'ai hâte de rencontrer de nouvelles personnes. J'ai hâte de rencontrer de nouvelles personnes. Now, let's see how well you remember these words. Ready?
Voyager.
Free. Visiter. Museum.
Rencontrer.
Great job! Follow FrenchPod 101 for more French lessons.
Access your free language gifts right now before they expire. First up, the 50 most common verbs worksheet. If you're still blanking on simple verbs like to go, to want, or to have, this worksheet is for you. You'll master the most used verbs with the exercises inside. Second, the summer season writing workbook. With this printable PDF, you'll learn all the must-know summer words and phrases, and you'll be able to practice writing them out as well. Download it for free right now. Third, the essential summer vocabulary list. If you can't say summer is hot in your target language, that's a problem. That's why this 1-minute lesson will teach you the must-know summer words. Fourth, want to speak like a native speaker, or at least come close? Of course you do. And this 1-minute lesson reveals all the high-level learning strategies that will get you speaking with confidence. And last but not least, most language apps teach you the slow way by just teaching you words. But this one teaches you faster through actual everyday conversations. With innovative language learning, you listen to real conversations between real native speakers and then get everything explained, so you can pick up the language fast. Download it for free on Android, iPhone, and iPad. To get your free gifts of the month, click the link in the description below and download them now before they expire. Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.